Good evening, everyone. Time for this week's silver update. Just recovering from a pretty nasty bug that I picked up, so that's the reason why I haven't had updates the last few days. It's been an interesting week. We've been doing some backing and filling. You can see here I've still got the $3 trend channel that was broken, $3 a month trend channel, and I've drawn a new trend channel on here, sort of a downward sloping one, and it may be forming a big pennant possibly, but you can see we had a nice bounce here almost to 28. The MACD is getting ready to cross over positive. Probably need to look for a further out view to get an idea of how that's shaping up. As you can see here on the daily, we are oversold, well, something to rival this one here or the one back in 2008. So if this is the bottom, that's surely a healthy correction. You can't ask for more than that. You can see that the point of breakout where we rallied from, say, $19 all the way to 31, we weren't as oversold as we are now by a long shot. So last time we were on 15. So people who are bulls have to be pretty pleased with this so far. Then again, bulls who want to accumulate more might not be so happy because there's a good chance we're just not going to see any lower prices. Like I said before, I got in at 25 the last time. I was hoping for your sakes that we'd see that. My buy target was 28, and then I picked 25 as another one. I wanted to draw that one in real quick if we can get to it here. Let's see. And so there's a closer one. And you can see where I drew in, well, there's the dotted blue line. That's where I drew in the last buy target at 28, so I don't need to draw one in there. Draw one in at 25, and let's be right here. This is where I expect us to get if the short-term bearish trend continues. We should get somewhere in here around 25. We may not get there. It looks like this trend channel's approaching it. Now I wanted to explain briefly why this is, I consider, support. You can see back in October, we peaked there at 25, fell off, rallied up and tested it, failed again, rallied, and when we broke through, you can see it was a pretty clean break. Once we broke through that 25, it just shot up all the way to 29.5, but then it came back and it tested all the way back to 25. So that's a pretty good establishment of that target. One, we hit it and failed, and then rallied back up to it, then crossed through it on a breakout, and then went back to it, and then went back up. So that's what establishes, type of thing that tends to establish a support level. Not just a lot of trading, which also establishes one, but the type of activity that you see when a line is crossed, and so that clearly shapes itself up as a line. That's the sort of thing I always look for when I'm trying to establish a support or resistance line. You can see the same thing here around 28 resistance, and then we break out through it, support, support, support breakdown. Now it seems to be resistance. So now 28 is shaping up as a kind of resistance. We'll wait and see if it turns out to be the case, if we can go through there or not. Wanted to touch upon some issues that are going on right now. Of course, we've got the issues going on starting in Tunisia and now spreading to Egypt, possibly spreading to Saudi Arabia tonight, as the stock market in Saudi Arabia apparently has fallen about 6%. You can go to Al Jazeera and watch these feeds live.
All right.
This is live feed from Egypt. I believe it's in Alexandria. Some strange things happening. I have not yet gotten all the facts yet, so I'm not going to make any pronouncements, but I would venture to say that there's more there than meets the eye as to what's going on. Probably has larger geopolitical implications, and we'll just have to wait and see how that shakes out. Another interesting video from I don't know how you pronounce that. It's Maleconomes. Anyway, he's the one who did the quantitative easing that kind of went viral, and he's got a new one here on the bank bailouts explained. Pretty cute and interesting. You know, as you see in the news, we're constantly inundated with explanations and assurances of how the taxpayer is being repaid. I'm sure you've all seen those. You see the headlines on Yahoo, and you know, AIGs are repaid, and all these guys are repaid, and repaid. And the first thing you want to wonder is, okay, well, if they've repaid, didn't they just announce a $1.5 trillion deficit? And shouldn't the repayment go to reducing that deficit? How does this all work? Anyway, as you know, or as you would expect me to know, that I believe it's a great big scam, and so I don't think it's surprising that you know, they're not being honest with us on this. Obviously, the deficit would be coming down if things were being repaid. Things aren't being repaid. It's just a bunch of shady bookkeeping. Anyway, this Bank Bailouts Explained is a extra normal series that goes into the details of that and how it's a scam and why it's a scam. So I highly recommend that you watch it. I'll put the link below. So hopefully going to do some more of the Office series to delve into the silver fundamental situation, and I just wanted to thank all my subscribers and viewers for hanging in there and viewing my videos, and we'll talk to you next time.